Welcome back, students, and welcome everyone to the August 2014 episode of Iowa City in Focus. I'm your host, Mary Bryant. Are you concerned about the arrival of the emerald ash borer in Iowa? Although one adult specimen of this invasive species has been found in Iowa City, it's definitely not time to panic. Johnson County and Iowa City are not considered infested areas at this time, as no signs of infestation have been found. On this month's episode, I'll talk with Zachary Hall, the City of Iowa City's Superintendent of Parks and Forestry, about the current emerald ash borer situation and whom you should contact if you're concerned about ash trees on your property. You'll also get a glimpse of Fly Iowa 2014, an exciting aviation event held this summer at the Iowa City Municipal Airport. Stay tuned! Today I'm talking with Zachary Hall, the City of Iowa City's new Superintendent of Parks and Forestry, and we're talking about the emerald ash borer, which is a pest that has the potential to cause a lot of problems in the area. So Zachary, can you first of all tell me what the emerald ash borer is and what's going on with it? What's wrong?
It's a beetle that was discovered in 2004 in Michigan. And it's kind of swept across the Midwest. Now it's been discovered in Boulder County in Colorado. So that's about the farthest west that the Animal Plant Health and Inspection Services has detected it. It attacks ash trees in a couple different ways. Essentially, the females will burrow in underneath the bark and make up a nuptial chamber, basically, for breeding, and so the males will come in and after mating, the females will lay the egg, and the larvae will actually disrupt the vascular system of the tree, and so it disrupts its uptake of nutrients and water, and then once the new beetles emerge, they will feed on some of the leaf tissue. So it kind of disrupts it in a couple different manners. So it's a pretty invasive pest. It devastated Michigan, and it's, like I said, moved its way west into the Midwest. Iowa has it in, I believe, 10 counties now at least. And we have discovered one beetle, but no infestation. And luckily we have not had a larvae that we've detected. So that's a good sign.
Okay, so what should people do? How can they determine if something on their property is at risk? Can you tell me a little more?
Sure. Some of the signs for detection, which are a little hard to distinguish between other characteristics of just natural progression of plant life. There's a thinning of the crown as far as the leaf material, so they'll see some dieback in the upper branches of the canopy. But some of the major detectors are some exit type holes from the beetle, and those are kind of in the form of a D-shaped, but with a lot of pests and diseases, it mimics, or other pests mimic certain characteristics of the ash borer. So it's unless you've done this quite a bit and have a trained eye for it, it's kind of elusive to detect. But we recommend that homeowners contact the state entomologist, Robin Prusner, and Mark Vitosh in the area, and certified arborists to come and have them do any identification.
We'll come back to my conversation with Zachary in a moment. But first, let's take a look at Fly Iowa 2014, a celebration of aviation and its use in medicine, recreation, business, and research.
Locks it in place. Now he's just hanging on the prop. Just hanging on that prop. Kicks the rudder. Hammer heads over straight at the ground. See that? got smoke, two columns right next to each other. Rolls on the way down, pointed at the ground, going several hundred miles an hour. Right into the
The Fly Iowa event is held and sponsored by the Iowa Aviation Promotion Group every year. And this year, the good folks here at Iowa City, at the airport, and in the Iowa City community step forward as sponsors and supporters of the Fly Iowa event. And so we selected Iowa City. This event's good for the Iowa City community because it probably makes a lot of people aware of the aviation aspects of their community that they're not aware of. And also, as far as just something fun to do today, this event brings people out to the airport that ordinarily probably would not come out here to visit.
I think this event's good for Iowa City in that it exposes the public to general aviation, which is good for economic development. It gets people out to the airport. It lets them see the facility. It lets them see what general aviation is.
I saw the planes from my house, so I just wanted to come down and see what was going on.
I came out, I thought it'd be enjoying for me and the girls.
What brings me here today is that I'm bringing an awareness of the aviation training and flight training that University of Dubuque has to offer for those that are interested as for a college education, as well as a professional and career development as well.
We brought this red biplane here today to put it on display and talk to kids and people about American aviation history.
Here in the helicopters pass now the RV-3s, the home built. Take a look at them. Right down the road.
My favorite part is definitely the thing that attracted us here in the first place, the Vanguards. When we first saw them doing their loops for practice, and then we came here, saw their tight diamond formation, and then doing even more impressive stunts, it really just blew us away.
At the top, snap rolls at the top. Now see how the smoke just washes around the wing while he does that, because airplanes actually explode.
I like looking at airplanes flying and making pictures. When the four blue airplanes started flying and doing the heart.
Looking at all the planes was enjoyable. They had quite a selection out here, and that was very good.
I was looking at the University of Iowa helicopter and talking to the pilot about how he was operating that and the research he was doing with the University of Iowa.
We're here kind of supporting the Children's Museum. We have a relationship with them, and we're promoting our hobby in addition to being part of the Fly Iowa event. All kids like airplanes, there's no doubt about that. No matter if you're 80 years old or 8 years old, everybody likes airplanes.
I want to learn more about airplanes. I like this one because it had all the nice colors and the colors of the flag.
We are the gateway to the aviation community. It is a lifeline. It creates a job, creates a lifestyle, and it helps makes our life away a little bit easier.
Iowa City's lucky to have a municipal airport because it puts dollars into the economy. People are employed as aviation mechanics. People buy fuel here to fuel their airplanes. Maintenance parts and pieces are shipped into the airport, and all of those different activities put dollars into the Iowa City economy.
It's a nice airport. It's a good-sized airport. There are airports like this all across the country that really drive the economy all over the nation. And a lot of people don't see that, and so it's good for a town like Iowa City to have an event like this to expose the community to the asset which they have here, and this is a heck of a little airport that Iowa City does have.
Into the wind. Right. Finish up right to pull out the end of the box.
Now let's return to my conversation with Zachary Hall about the emerald ash borer and the damage it does to its host species, the ash tree. So what does an ash tree look like?
Actually, we have one behind us right now. So it has the characteristic bark that I kind of equate to almost like cardboard as far as the corrugation, and then it has opposite branching on its leaves and on its leaflets.
Okay. So you brought some bark samples too, I see.
Yes.
Can you show me what you brought?
Yeah, this is a kind of a kit that we've received from the U.S. Forest Service, and so these bark samples show the exit holes outlined here in the red, so you can kind of see what the D shape looks like. Essentially, the beetle it is the outline of the beetle's head once it exits. So it's almost like a flat top, and then a smiley face is how the head is shaped. And so when it exits, it looks like a D.
Okay.
And then we have a larvae sample here, and then also an adult beetle in this file.
So tell me, what is the city thinking about doing if we get a pretty big infestation?
Right.
Does the city have ideas on how they're going to respond, at least on the city properties?
Yeah, before I came on board, the city was already actively removing ash trees that were already in decline because of other reasons. So that will kind of lessen the impact to the ash population. We're exploring all options, but we're trying to look at this as a positive opportunity to diversify our forest species. That's, something that I think we're learning throughout history that, if we start monocropping or having too much percentage of one population in our urban forest, that we get into, these areas of great canopy loss when we get a pest and disease such as this.
Is that sort of the main lesson to be taken from this then, that we need to diversify more? Is that where we're going?
Yeah, definitely. That's the stance that the city, Iowa City, has taken, and I know a number of communities, especially in the West, are taking that same approach. Fort Collins, Colorado, Boulder, Colorado Springs, Denver. Municipalities are being hit from all different directions with different kind of pests and disease, and as we become globally connected, those are becoming more of a reality, especially or specifically with emerald ash borer. It's a pest and disease from Asia, and so that's why diversifying our urban population is important, so we don't get into these situations where we lose mass amounts of canopy and great resources.
Be sure to visit icgov.org/emerald ash borer to learn about this destructive beetle and find out who to contact if you have concerns about ash trees on your property. And now it's time for some news you can use. The City of Iowa City is starting a new scholarship program for swimming lessons to cover those lessons for children whose families don't have the resources to pay for them. On Friday, September 12th, the City of Iowa City Parks and Recreation Department will hold a golf fundraiser at the Pleasant Valley Golf Course. Proceeds will go towards this new swimming lesson scholarship program. Festivities include lunch, an awards reception, and a 4-person scramble. Go online to register yourself individually or your group of 4 at www.golfdigestplanner.com/25534-IC Golf Outing. For additional information, contact Matthew Eckhart at 319-887-6117 or Matthew-Eckhart at iowa-city.org. You can watch all of these segments again by visiting citychannel4.com/video or by turning to Channel 5 and calling into Video on Demand. Check out some of our past shows while you're there. Also, if you like us on Facebook, you can receive updates about other City Channel 4 programs you may enjoy. Find us there at facebook.com/citychannel4. And keep up with City Hall by liking the City of Iowa City government on Facebook, following it on Twitter, or checking out www.icgov.org. There on the city's website, you can subscribe to receive various newsletters, media releases, and other notifications based on your own interests. Thanks for watching this month's episode and keeping Iowa City in focus.
You're watching City Channel 4 on TV, online, on demand, on Facebook, and now on the go on your mobile device.